So this weekend I'm going to be heading out and I'm going to run a simulation of where I find myself in an unexpected survival situation. My truck breaks down in a remote area. All I have is the equipment I normally keep in the storage compartments of my vehicle. And it's going to be where I have to do a 5-day solo. So essentially I'm heading out for a 5-day solo. I've put my trip plan out to a colleague I trust. I'll be doing daily check-ins twice a day during this whole trip. So basically what I'm going to do now is I'm going to break down my pack and kind of just show everything I keep in my 72-hour kit. I'm going to configure it on the table in the patterns of survival, and we'll just take a look at everything I'll be rolling with. Okay, so pattern of survivals, first aid's always first, then comes fire, shelter, signal, water, food. So starting with first aid here, I got my basic first aid kit. Comes with all the, pressure bandage, triangular bandage. I've added a couple of things. I got an Israeli pressure bandage. I've got a soft splint, a good pair of shears, and I threw a tourniquet in there. And then I've also added some pain management, some Tylenol ones and Advils. And then this is my fire kit. I got emergency fire sticks, emergency candle. I've got some dry cotton balls and some cotton balls that are doused with Vaseline. And I've got a couple of ferro rods, which I'm gonna use to make my fire. And then I've also got a couple of regular lighters that I've wrapped some duct tape around, because duct tape is a good fire starter. And then for my shelter, it's a 12 by 16 tarp. And I'm gonna either be making a lean-to or an A-frame out there, and I'm gonna tie it together with my 550 paracord. I've also got an emergency tent in case if I need an extra layer or anything, if we get some heavy rain out there. Moving on to signal, I got this emergency blanket and an orange garbage bag. What I'm gonna put up in the tree is a hasty signal. And I've also got my aviation signaling mirror. Got a little bit of pink tape, and I'm also going to be building a couple of ground-to-air signals, and I'm going to make a smoke generator again this time, but I won't be lighting it because we're in the peak of summer, and obviously we don't want to start any fires. And moving on to water. This is my my boiling can, my drinking can, and I've got some water purification tablets and a life straw. Moving on to food, I'm gonna be taking a little bit of emergency rations out there, which I keep in my vehicle, but I'm gonna be setting some snares. I'm also gonna have a 12 or 20 gauge shotgun out there with some bird shot, and I'm also going to bring some slugs in case I get any unwanted attention, but if that's the case, the bear spray will be the first line of defense. And for navigation, I've got a couple of compasses, my GPS, my pacing beads, some headlamps, but I'm not going to be doing any navigating at night. This is just to see in the dark when I'm at camp if I need to. And I've also got a topo map of the area. And then on to some miscellaneous items. I got a spare change of clothes with a couple of extra pairs of socks, a couple of dry bags here, my notebook, some bug spray. I've also got a mosquito net that I'm gonna sleep with, and I've got a bag full of other bags, just in case I need to transport some game meat or something. And I've also got a good wool blanket, and it's all gonna be in my pack. I've got a mat here to sleep on, and then some of the tools I got here for collecting firewood and building my shelter. I got a couple of folding hand saws, and I got 2 knives, Swiss Army multi-tool here, and then I've got this. I try to keep 2 of everything. 2 is 1 and 1 is none. That meaning if you only have 1 of something and you lose it, you're pretty much SOL. So have 2 of everything if you can. And this is my 5-day solo kit right here.